Resistance light ship sprue. The Resistance small ships are quite easy to build. The Munifex corvettes and the Seneca detonators. They're individual pieces, and you get 2 of each, which is nice. For the monitors, you get the ability to build either a Galileo or a Newton, and I could theoretically magnetize that, but it's going to want to twist. So I am going to build my ship as a Galileo. So it's got a cool look to it, and it's a little sad that I'll have to choose to build one or the other, but okay. When it comes to the cutters, you can build either the Baleares, which is this, and the engine. And you can either build it to look like this, or you can glue it to look like that, because there's a flight stand hole in all 3 of those options. And I think I might just do a flat here, but options are there. Or I could magnetize and be able to use the Sagittari front. Since I only get 1 of these in a small sprue, the small ship sprue, I think I'm going to do the Baleares as my build for this. Again, I could magnetize. They're simple enough, being that it's a square right there. But just for the ease of building, I'm going to go with that. Not everything needs to be magnetized. Then we get to the destroyer. We get 1 destroyer. And it's simple enough for the core to go together. It's just 2 pieces. Again, not no problems there. But I want to build the Aldrin, which requires this to go here. This direction. There we go. And that actually changes where the flight stand goes. So if I want to do this and the colony on top, if I want to do this as the ship, I have to give up the flight stand in the other direction. Now, if I wanted to do the Armstrong, goes here, or the Collins, that is a magnetizable option if I put a magnet for it to stick in from inside. Now, I am going to choose not to, because I'm going to go with the Aldrin, because I like bays when possible. So that means that I have 7 ships. I can count. I have 7 ships, and I'm going to have extra bits and no magnetization across any of this. Now, we are Resistance, so all of these extra bits right here could become a new ship at some point. So, hey, never know. Let me get these glued up and I'll show you how I built them. For the resistant small ships, it was simple enough to build the Munifex and the Senecas, being that they're single piece. I decided to go with the Bel Aries because launch is always good. And I decided to go with the Aldrin because drop is always good. And for the difference between the monitors, I went with the Galileo because although the Newton has an interesting weapon, the Galileo will help all of my fleet instead of just being another shot. So maybe if I get another small ship's sprue or two, maybe at some point I'll build a Newton, being that the Galileo is rare. But as far as this one goes, I think the Galileo is going to be the biggest benefit to the Force. And I can't say that I'll build a second Aldrin. Next time it might be a Collins. So I find that interesting. We'll see in the future, I guess. But I'm pretty happy with these small ships. And I'm hoping that the Munifex and the Senecas are actually useful. Subscribe if you haven't so that you don't miss any future videos. I also want to thank my patrons and supporters for making these videos possible. And until next time, I hope you find your bit of bliss.